Hey Scruffy, how's your leg? I'm trying to look at his foot right now. So a little bit of coloration on his toe, but I'm not sure if that's just his normal fur color or mud or the problem. I think it might just be part of his fur. I can't tell. So I saw Scruffy earlier today. We actually gave him some food at lunch. He didn't seem any worse than yesterday, so that's good. I think he actually was limping a little less, but I don't know, it's hard to judge. So I have, let's see, yeah, a lot of kibble, smelly fish, and some rotisserie chicken skin and scraps. So I went to Costco today. So how are you walking? Oh, yes. It's a limp. That's a hiss too. So I'm gonna get the glove on. Okay. So Scruffy's meowing, so that's a little more than yesterday. He didn't meow very much yesterday. So yeah, I'm still worried about Scruffy. But yeah, I saw Scruffy on the deck most of the day. He was moving around he was moving to different spots on the deck all day, so his injury is not stopping him from changing position. Weather was, it's actually a little cold this morning. I was actually a little concerned for Scruffy. But it started warming up this afternoon, so it's kind of nice right now. I think it's going to heat up again in the next few days. It's not exactly a heat wave, but it's going to be warm. So, for Scruffy's sake, it's probably a good thing. I don't think with his injury he wants to be cold right now. So I've been thinking about whether I need to start contacting some animal rescue shelters to see if they can help Scruffy, or if I should wait it out. So there's no guarantee I can find a rescue group. But if I do, I'm thinking maybe that also means I need to give up Scruffy and try to find Scruffy a forever home. Because, yeah, Scruffy's needs at this point, if he's seriously injured, maybe more than I can provide for him. And yeah, if rescue group does want to deal with Scruffy, maybe this would be the opportune time to find him a better home. But yeah, on the flip side, I know it's going to be tough for Scruffy to go through that, because in order to rescue him, we're going to have to trap him, cage him, and he's probably going to be caged for a while, and whoever can find to adopt him, but there'll probably be a caging process to get him acclimated to living indoors. I presume anyone who adopts him is going to try to make him an indoor cat, especially if his injury's It'll be persistent. So it's going to be tough on Scruffy either way, and I'm not sure what's best for Scruffy at this point. So for the moment, since his injury seems like it's no worse than yesterday, and might be a tad bit better, I'm thinking maybe I'll wait it out a little bit, see if he improves. But yeah, if you saw, last night, I guess we made progress. So I actually pet Scruffy with my bare hand, no glove. It's kind of probably the first time I've really done that. Very, very early on, when I first started dealing with Scruffy, I did try to pet him with my bare hand, but I'd only pet him very top of the head and kind of on the back of the neck. And I was very, very cautious because he really hated it, and he was hissing and scratching, and it was kind of dangerous to do that. So I was not really petting him. It was just sort of just trying to get him acclimated to touch. And eventually what I did was I bought a long shower brush from Dollar Tree, and I was using the brush to pet him for a while. And then finally I got the glove. But yeah, Scruffy is a lot further along than that now, so I don't need to worry about the shower brush anymore. And usually he doesn't strike me. I was hesitant to go barehanded. Still am, because he does tend to strike every now and then. I'm kind of waiting for him to stop. And he stopped for almost a month, I think. And then last week he struck again, so I was going to reset my counter. But since he's not feeling well, I didn't know how to comfort him. And he was really docile last night. I decided to see if I could pet him with my bare hand, see if that maybe give him a little more comfort. Not sure if it did. I think he likes the glove. Yeah, I like the glove actually. The glove is soft, and it's not cold. My hand's probably initially warmer, but I think the glove eventually warms up as I continue to pet Scruffy. And so I think, ironically, when I started petting Scruffy last night with my bare hand, it was probably colder than the glove at that point. So anyway, I had a busy day. So one of the things I needed to do is I needed to go grocery shopping and wanted to go back to Costco. So I needed some things. Fortunately, they're still sold out of a bunch of things, so I'm not sure if it was the right call. Maybe I should have went somewhere else. But I did pick up a rotisserie chicken, so I'm going to give Scruffy some of the skin and scraps. I'm probably overfeeding him, but I'm worried because of his leg. I'm assuming he normally eats rodents and other things he catches, and with his bum leg, I'm doubting he's going to be able to catch anything, so I feel like I need to compensate as long as he's injured. But yeah, yesterday he barely ate, and I think it was because I overfed him the previous times. And I think tonight I probably am overfeeding him again, but not as bad as the past couple nights. So tonight I have twice the amount of kibble, which is probably still too much. And then I have the rotisserie stuff on top of that. And then his normal canned food allotment. So we'll see how he does. I guess we should start food. Okay, let's get your food. Probably smells really good, and the rotisserie chicken was hot. So I'm going to brush Scruffy. This is going to be the first time in a few days. So he rejected it last night because I forgot to do it initially, and he was kind of avoiding me last night at dinner, probably because of the leg. So it's better tonight, with the brushing anyway. Okay. So yeah, I came out at lunchtime today with water and a scoop of kibble. So as I said, I'm worried about him not being able to catch food, so I'm kind of overfeeding him to compensate. So I don't have a good idea of how much food I need to give him, but I gave him a scoop of kibble, close to what I give him usually for dinner, but without all the extra stuff I give him for dinner, like the wet cat food. So I figured that would definitely tidy him over till dinner. And he seemed to like the kibble. He was actually picking at it, trying to get it under the bowl, because it was right against the bowl, and I guess he was having a hard time getting his head under that. So he's actually using his paw, and I think it was his injured paw or foot, so it wasn't bothering him enough to stop him from using it, so I think that's a good sign. I did extend my hand a couple times to see if he wanted pets, and didn't seem like it. But he did sit kind of next to me on the mat here. He kept his distance, so wasn't able to reach him or anything, but seemed like, yeah, he was, I don't know what he was doing. I don't think he was waiting for me to do something, but he didn't want me to pet him, so I don't know. So let's see, at Costco, they were out of spinach, they were out of bok choy again. They almost ran out of broccoli. That's like the thing I want most. I got one of the last bags. Let's see what else. Yeah, there are other things. I still didn't find any peanut butter. But yeah, they were out of Vaseline last time. I wanted to get a bottle, and they told me, actually they had some, but they told me they only had little bottles. They didn't have like the normal bottle, and so I said I'd try again in the future. And I think, yeah, today they still didn't have the regular one. Forgot there were a few other things I wanted, but didn't get. Oh yeah, I was really tempted to get some chocolate chip cookies. I was really having a craving for some reason. Yeah, I broke the rule. I didn't eat this morning, so I went shopping when I was hungry, so it didn't help. But yeah, I've been having a craving for chocolate chip cookies for some reason. So I was thinking, okay, I'm gonna buy some chocolate chip cookies, and of course they didn't have any. They had the assortment pack, so they had the ones with the oatmeal raisin. But yeah, I just wanted the chocolate chip cookies, so I didn't buy it. And then yeah, I had to wait for the rotisserie chickens. They were all gone, and had to wait for the next batch. And beef's still really expensive. Oh, they did finally get chicken thighs in, but I didn't buy any because I still have a couple left, and I'm kind of on that fence about whether I should be stockpiling stuff right now or not. Um, so my freezer's working still, but I tried turning down the dial again. Um, if you recall, when the repair guy came, he turned it to 5, and I was having trouble getting the freezer down to 0 degrees. And then I finally cranked it up to 6, and then after a while, it finally got down to 0. And it's been pretty stable. I noticed the freezer is kind of loud. I'm not sure if that's normal or not. I think it might be a sign that it's getting old. But it seems to be working. But I was thinking maybe now that it seems to be working, I can turn it back down to 5. And for about a day, I noticed it was getting warmer. It wasn't even close to 0. I think it got somewhere between. I've caught it all in all ranges between 5 and 20, usually between 5 and 10. So I just turned it back up to 6. So I'm hesitant to put any expensive things in the freezer. But I did finally buy some bread, so I don't think bread's. I'm not going to worry if the bread goes bad. Anyway, I can. Yeah, I don't have to keep the bread in the freezer. I buy the bread, or I put the bread in the freezer to keep it longer because I don't eat that much bread. It's nice to have once in a while. Um, so it lasts a really long time if you freeze it. But since I haven't had any freezer space and I don't eat enough, or yeah, I don't eat bread fast enough to eat it before it gets stale or moldy, I haven't bought any. So now I have a big freezer that's kind of working. I thought, okay, I'm going to buy a giant pack of bread from Costco. Shove it in the freezer. So I actually do have a craving. I've had this for a while. I've been thinking I want to do another. I have the recipe for Disney's grilled cheese sandwiches. Man, those are good. I've only made them, I think, once or twice, but man, they're usually good. Yeah. Also, a ton of calories. That's why I haven't made them that often. But it's been a few. I think it's been. I think yeah. They released the recipe at the beginning of the lockdowns, so that's when I made it. So I haven't had it since then. But yeah, I'm thinking, maybe I should make it. Actually, I need to go out and get some cheese. So it uses, I think, what was it? So I think it uses both, is it cheddar and provolone? It's kind of an expensive grilled cheese sandwich. It's no, I guess it's all relative. I know there was a fad. I don't know, maybe it's still around, but I remember reading about some, at least one, it was a grilled cheese sandwich. I think based in, I think it was started in San Francisco, and Yeah, they were selling, it was like $10 grilled cheese sandwiches, and that seems really expensive. And for what they put into it, so if they were doing like really exotic cheeses or something like that, I could kind of understand that. But I looked at the menu, I remember, like online, and from what I remember, I don't think the cheeses were that exotic. They're fairly normal things. So yeah, you were just paying a lot for the service, I guess. Yeah, I looked at it online. It looked like a kind of a fast food restaurant, so I don't know what kind of service you're actually getting. I think I read they actually started off as a roach coach, I think. Could be wrong about that. San Francisco, maybe they did it the other way, where they built the restaurant first and then built a roach coach fleet. I wonder if they're still in business. I think this is like well before the pandemic. Yeah, so anyway, my bicycle tire arrived today much faster than I expected. It was, I think, not supposed to come for another week, but they moved it up, so I'm actually happy about that. So I actually just finished putting the installing the tire. It took a while. This is the first tire I've had that's quote unquote foldable. So usually the ones I buy, they're not foldable. They're circular, and what you see is what you get. Um, this one, they actually fold it down, which I guess is great for shipping. And it's also great if you're backpacking or something. You want to keep a spare. Um, or bikepacking, I guess is the term. But my case, yeah, that's not why I bought it. Oops, I think I scared Scruffy. Still limping. Is he limping on his left side? On his right side? I forgot which paw was I. Oh yeah, that's right. The left side is the paw that was injured. Sorry, I'm just getting mixed up again. I usually see Scruffy come from the other direction, so I think that threw me off. Yeah, it's left front paw, I think, is the one that's bothering him. So there's still a bunch of kibble at the bottom. It looks like it got all the rotisserie. Poured in a lot of the juices too. So it's kind of soupy tonight. Kibble probably absorbed it all. So anyway, because the tire is foldable, it doesn't really have a preformed shape. So getting it onto the wheel is actually kind of a challenge for me, because it didn't want to stay in place, and I spent probably about a half hour trying to get the thing secure. So anyway, it's getting late, but I actually do want to try to go for at least a short ride, try out the new tire. I don't think I'm gonna, at this point, I don't think I'm gonna have enough sunlight to do a full ride, but I might be able to get to the park and then come right back. I won't be able to do some of the more exotic trails. I might have to skip the steep one. I was actually thinking I was going to take a day off anyway today. I wasn't planning on going out, but because the tire got here, I kind of want to give it a test run. I went for a run last night, and I didn't have any energy. I actually cut my run short. I think I needed a proper rest day, even though I was driving the full day before that. But, yeah, that limp is not good looking. I don't think he's worse than yesterday, so I'm going to try not to panic yet. So one of my concerns is, yeah, it could be getting worse because it could be infected or it could be something serious. So if he starts getting really, really bad where he's barely able to move, I'm definitely going to have to get him professional care. But for the moment, this condition seems like it's at least stabilized, so I'll keep watching it for the next few days, see if there's any improvement. Okay, folks, I'm gonna get up and come in. Okay, thanks for watching, folks. See you next time. Bye.